Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back from the break here. We're going to be going into the round of 4 game here, and just wow, those the first 2 games, man. The round of 16 game and the round of 8 game were awesome, and now we're going into the round of 4 game, and I'm terrified. Yes, not that button. Sakuri, did you record it? Tell me you recorded it. I know you have recording software. Tell me you recorded it. Looks like teams are just we got everyone in the lobby. We're just working out a couple of small things here. Looks like a couple of connection issues going on, but hey, that's okay. This next game, this round of 4 game here, this is going to be Dominionist. I actually need to switch the overlay side here. Hold on. So this is Dominionist on the left side. It's going to be versus OG Squad on the right side. This is going to be the round of 4 game of the EVG Dominion Tournament number 3 here on Saturday night, May 30th. 8:08 p.m. I am casting from Mesa, Arizona, because I live in Arizona, and it's other than being blindingly hot some days, it's a pretty nice place to live. It's cheap, way cheaper than a lot of other cities and states to live in. So if you don't mind the heat, it's pretty good. But you know, we don't have beaches or anything like that. We have a lot of really great lakes, and not Great Lakes like the Great Lakes, but I mean we have a crap ton of lakes. So if you like boating in nice weather, it's a pretty good spot to hang out at. I don't know. I've been here for my whole life, and I like it. Although if I could move to like Oregon or Washington, those would probably be my picks for if I went to different states, it would be Washington or Oregon. That's what I would pick. Probably nowhere on the East Coast. East Coast has weird liquor laws. The roads don't make any sense, and property value is all screwed up. Okay, there we go. Looks like we finally got things figured out over here. A special shout out to iEvolve. Thanks for coming and checking out the stream and saying hi. It's good to talk to you again. I know I haven't been on League of Legends too much because I've been taking my off time from casting to be playing a lot of other games that I hadn't been playing. Also, other things from me. VODs from this tournament will be up on Monday. Twitter, if you want to pay attention to the stuff that I say over there, I'm at VatoClan on Twitter. That's my team's Twitter. I'm not the only one that uses it, but I'm usually the one that uses it most. Hey, Kalim. Nice to see you by in the chat. Oh, I'm a little sad to hear that you got benched, though. Oh, that sucks, buddy. I can't say that I have been there, but I've hung out with other people that have been there, and it's bad times, man. Like, no, I have been there, because I played World of Warcraft, and I got benched for raids sometimes, because sometimes the person whose spot I was taking, they'd log in at, like, the last minute, be like, well, Saria, our other guy's on, and be like, okay. Well, I'll just sit outside of Serpent Shrine Cavern and, watch videos on the internet until you need me. I was a good bench raider. The game we just lost was 0-5. Man, Nafidi, yeah, I heard about that. I wish there was a recording of that anywhere. because that sounds like it would be awesome. At Vato Clan is my Twitter, my team's Twitter, by the way. I think I mentioned that already. Yeah. At my personal Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Vato_Gandair. I will type it in the chat here. Twitch.tv/ That's my personal Twitch. If you want to check that out over there. I play a bunch of different things. I'll play League of Legends. I play Heroes of the Storm. I play War Thunder. I speedrun Diablo 3, and sometimes I play other stuff on there. There's a lot of other whatnots that go on that channel. And let's talk about the bands now. I think I've wasted enough time plugging things. Also, big shout outs to EVG for putting on the show. It's very nice to be out here on a Saturday and doing this and casting, because I just like doing it so freaking much. And I like this sort of lounging style stream where minimal overlay, talking to you guys a lot. Been a lot of fun today. Bands: LeBlanc, Cass, J4, Wukong, Karma, Urgot. LeBlanc, powerful burst, some nice crowd control in there. Cassidon's mobile and can kill people. Jarvan the fourth, just durable, disruptive, and damaging. Wukong, same thing as J4, really. Karma over there, durable, disruptive, magic damage. And Urgot just does a crap ton of damage. Like, so much damage. Like, so much damage that your eyes fall out when you try to look at it. He's dangerous. Picks. We're seeing Malzahar. AoE ability is good, has nice single target lockdown, and can zone real hard. There are a lot of other AP champs that can do the same thing. Malzahar is one of them. And that suppress is so powerful if you can pick out the right person. However, while it excels in a 1v1, in a team fight, it's really easy for that suppress to get broken. It's one of the things you have to worry about when you're playing Malz. But man, can he delay for freaking ages. If he's like one-on-one on a point, he can just waste your time forever. And hey! I have to play a game of League of Legends now! I just got the Risen Fiddlesticks skin, and I guess the bargain continues, friends. If you buy me a champ or a skin via the in-game gift system, I will play you a game with commentary with that champion or skin. So thank you, Moloko dude. Thank you for a Fiddlesticks skin in particular, because it's a mystery gift, but I'm glad I got a Fiddlesticks skin because I like playing Fiddle. That's very nice of you. I will try to get to your game as soon as I can. That is my 51st one of those. You guys have been real nice to me over the years. Awesome. I like how the button just says awesome with an exclamation mark, because it's so correct. It is so correct. We are always esports if we choose to be esports. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell you that you're esports. You can just be it. That's the way that goes. Looking back at the picks, a little bit less of that Vato train being derailed by other things happening. Zounds and Pantheon. So we see a Maokai and a Lark Ventress over here. Mao. Powerful, durable delay you get out of Maokai. And we saw that. What's the word I want to see? What's the word I want to use here? We saw a very solid example of that in the previous game. Maokai just sits on that point, takes all that damage, and doesn't go away. He's also a good character for disruption as well. Powerful, powerful. And Pantheon also falls into that powerful-powerful, where has a stun, durable, and has an excellent gap closer with Grand Skyfall. Grand Skyfall, when used correctly, is an unmitigated disaster. Over the other side, Vi and Rise. We haven't seen a Vi yet this tournament. Vi has some durability, has some disruption, has some powerful armor penetration ability as well. Vi is also a good character in the same line that Pantheon is. Pantheon tends to be a little bit spikier in damage and has a better crowd control, I would say, than Vi does. Vi's sustained damage is far more powerful than Pantheon's. Rise, even though we have seen Rise early in the tournament, I do not have too much experience with the post-adjustment Rise to really be able to say much about him at this time, other than it seems like he's doing just fine. Nar over on the other side is another character that I do not have a lot of experience with commentating in a competitive environment, because there have been very few games where he's been used in a competitive setting. But he seems to have nice range disruption, and when he transforms, he gets that extra tankiness and can put out some hurt. It seems like he's been pretty solid as long as you can manage when he transforms from Bruce Wayne into Batman. We also saw a Jax and Annie be picked up. Jax is a character that has a just deep, long history in Dominion as a top and or bottom laner. Similar in power to Pantheon. Tends to be a little squishier early game, but late game Jax can get really carried away and run the show. Over on the side, though, we do have a Pantheon. Pantheon versus Jax. Pantheon wins the early game. Jax tends to win the late game. They both fill roughly the same role, but in different ways, and they're better or worse at different times of the game. However, I would usually give the advantage to a Pantheon over a Jax, because Jax needs time to sit and swing. Though, when you have a Zyra on the enemy team, getting in to sit and swing is difficult to do, unless you engage in with your Leap Strike. Although Leap Strike can also be your escape. So in an ideal world, you want to be able to walk in, start swinging, and then jump out. But in a competitive environment, or hell, in a game in general, you don't usually get that perfect situation. So you kind of have to roll with how it happens, and when you really need to get into that fight, you're going to have to jump over people. And from there, you're really relying on Grandmaster's might and counterattack. I know all of this because I played Jax for a while. Holy crap, I just remembered that. Man. Yeah, I didn't really like the way that Jax's like early game went, and I struggled being able to perform well with him in the early game, and that's why I kind of stopped playing him. But Jax is a character I put some games in on, so the things I just said I say with confidence, and I hope they're not wrong. I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm scowling at you, but you can't see that. We also saw that Annie being picked as well, and Annie, as said previously, Annie, AoE damage, she's great at denying point capture because of remote controlled tippers. So she has some zone denial, she has the ability to kind of sit back and delay people with tippers, brings a stun to the table. Molten Shield gets so much mileage. She's good at staying alive, even though she lacks a built-in escape. Annie's a solid character, and she brings a lot to the table. She does, and I think she's underrated. I feel like we see a lot more Mouses or Brands than we see Annie's. Hey, Herr Kaiba! Thanks for stopping by the show, friend. It's good to see you here. And then we are seeing a Lysandra. I actually have a Lysandra mousepad right now, is what I'm rocking. Lysandra is almost my favorite character in the game, but not quite. She almost plays like a World of Warcraft Frost Mage, but if her Path of Frost didn't have that delay before you could teleport, if it was just a straight teleport, oh my god, would I play the crap out of her. But as it stands, I just couldn't get used to that timing, so I didn't play her for very long. Lysandra, dangerous character. She is just dangerous. She will kill you. You'll die if she's able to... If Lysandra is able to engage in the way that she wants, you're going to have a just awful day. Sauron plays some Lysandra, and he's good. So this hopefully will go really well for them. Now let's get my mouse cursor over here. We're going to transition to the loading screen here, folks. Round of 4 game, EVG Dominion Tournament number 3. Coming to you, this loading screen. And this game is going to be Dominionist for President versus OG Squad. OG Squad named because the players, Zounds, Alaric Ventress, TG Popples, aka High Peoples, and Sauron have been playing since 2011. And here we are in 2015. Good to see them still competing. And over on our other team, Dominionist for President, likely named because Dominionist is on their team, and assumingly they would like him to become president of the United States of America, or whatever country they may happen to live in. And there's a pause, because you can't have Dominion without technical issues. It's been proven time and time again. Let's introduce the two teams for you folks. Over on Dominionist for President's team, a Viet Dude playing as Malzahar, Riken playing as Annie, Thick Bonner playing as Vi, Kuriyuki Hime playing as Rise, and Dominionist playing as Jax. On our other team, on OG Squad's team, we have Zounds playing as Maokai, Alaric Ventress playing as Zyra, Hakubro playing as Nar, High Peoples playing as Pantheon, and Sauron playing as Lysandra. I am one out of one of your commentators. It's just me here with you folks today. I am Gandair of the gaming clan, Ro4 clan, and I'm having a real great time hanging out with everyone tonight. To comment on Zyra, which I seemed to miss at the champion select screen, Zyra, I want to say, is the most powerful disruption in Dominion. At least, it feels that way to me when I'm playing the game. I love having a Zyra on my team, and I really don't like to see one on the enemy team. She can cover a lot of ground with many of her abilities, so she can zone really hard. Being able to put the plants up like little turrets, that just does bad things to the enemy team, and it stops caps. It disrupts and delays and delays and delays. You cannot capture a point 1v1 against a Zyra that has sufficient distance away from you, because what are you going to do? You going to close that gap and then kill her? No. She can stay out of range of damn near everything in the game, short of like an Ezreal or something like that, who jumps in and starts to get in her face. But I mean, even if you were to jump in with something like an Ezreal, or in this case, what do they have over on the enemy team? A Vi. If a Vi dashes in, if she's facing off against a Vi, all Zyra has to do is keep her snare pocketed for when Vi dashes in, and then drop the snare and walk away. That's all Zyra needs to do. Alrighty. Maloko, I don't think we need someone to click the random bots that show up. We're all adults here. We know don't click the weird links in the chat by the weird people. We know how the internet works, folks. Okay. Take a look at these opening items. Tier first on Rise. Whoa, whoa, what is this? Look at this. Who's, are we seeing a Viet Dude, Mal's bottom? Looks like that's what they're telegraphing here. Seeing Jax open right away with a Spectre's Cowl. That's interesting. Annie going for health first. That means she gets more mileage out of her Molten Shield. Okay, you're right. Maybe we're not all legally adults, Devil Joe. But I want you to think about something, right? Panzers was in high school when he started competing, back with Payzevil and Child Support in 2012. Panzers is out of high school, guys. We got older. Everyone's 5 years older. There are people that are, like, on their way to their bachelor's degrees and stuff right now. Like, it's so crazy. It's been an awesome community for a long time. Panzers, I guess I mentioned, I'll tell you a little bit about him. Panzers played for the team Payzevil and Child Support back in, like, 2012. Was a very good player, top-level competitor, played a lot of Nocturne, and particularly known for that. He was also kind of known for having to go to bed at a certain time because he, you know, he was a younger guy then, you know, he was like 15 or 16, something like that, you know, so he had to be asleep at a certain time because school and whatnot. I forget the details behind it, but, you know, all I know is he had to go to bed at a time, and then sometimes he got replaced by other people in the finals because the finals went too many games, so he couldn't play in like game 3 or something occasionally. It was silly. But yeah, he's done with his first year university or something now. There's a fight breaking out at the top. Let's talk about that instead. We have two people who have been forced out of the fight already, Zyra and Nar. As the things start going here. Oh, that sick escape from Dominionist. That escape was nice. I'm very glad I got to witness that. And Peoples is kill, but his team was able to capture the point. Zounds on Maokai, I think, is the thing that is the scariest in this game. If Dominionist can Jax, as well as we've seen him other characters, I'm going to be really excited to see how this game goes. Sauron's taking the hurt for the moment down in the bottom lane. But I don't know how that will continue as things go forward. Let's see. Zound's hanging out here. He's got the Spy Sapling hanging out. Alar Adventurous is going to push the wave a little bit. You can see people hanging out in the middle. They're staying out of vision. Something I haven't gotten to talk about much this tournament. Uh-oh, they see Annie. Annie, are you okay? Annie's okay for now. Jax gets in. Is exhausted right after the counterattack gets dropped, which really limits his damage potential. Whoever dropped that exhaust, just sick timing. It looks like that was Hakabro that put that down. That was very clean exhaust timing. And Kuryuki Hime by himself. Oh no, you just dashed into a Zyra plant, Dominionist. Oh man, Jumanji's happening. He's alive. It's okay. He's chasing the Zyra. But it's really hard to chase a Zyra because of stuff I mentioned earlier. Practice Yellow gets it. He has an understanding. Peoples dives in. Look at that zoning. He wasn't even there, but the Grand Skyfall indicator was there, which was enough to get the people that were chasing his allies to back off. Nice placement, High Peoples. Uh-oh, Annie? Nope. Are they going to face off with each other, though? Nope. When's High Peoples going to gank the bottom lane? We'll find out. He's a person that likes to do that. He takes care of his bottom lane. Uh-oh. Stunned. Airborne bop. Snared. Crowd control. Bad. Now, Zounds is wasting time. Zounds' allies are able to get there. Riken is going to be defeated. So they traded Pantheon for Annie. Vi is going to be in this fight because she has to recall. Jax is man mode. He's determined, but he's retreating? Is he? Oh, he's going to be able to get away. Good sidestep there. Oh, not quite able to get away. There was just too many people chasing him. Oh, hey. Nars turned into his bigger form. Get some money off the creeps there. Zounds' team, the OG squad, firmly in control for the time being. And it's going to be tough to get through that Maokai. It is going to be an uphill battle against that. See where Thick Bonner decides to go, charging up that fist. And there's that, ooh, Snare dives through, though, with the suppress, and they're able to pick up Zyra. Now it's Peoples and Zounds. Can they do it? Will they be able to accomplish this? Oh, Kuryuki Hime. Oh, he lived. Oh, no, Zounds with a flash, determined to seal the deal, and is able to do so. And the counter-attack stun looked like it missed there. And Zounds is going to be able to live. Man, Zounds really stretched out for that. But the stun wasn't able to land. They weren't able to finish him off, so things are okay. Zyra coming back now. Alar Adventurous. They're going to be in control at this point. No problems at all. There we go. Throwing down all the AoE. That exhaust really didn't accomplish much. They probably could have saved that. But, you know, that's what happens. Zyra's presence there made cleaning that up really easy. Thick Bonner. Don't do it. Don't let them know where you are. If they know where you are, they can kill you. Oh, there's that gank I was talking about. Peoples goes down. Picks up Malzahar. Good play coming out so far. Uh-oh, Rise and Sauron having a disagreement. He gets snared out of being able to activate his Path of Frost. I like that. That was nice. He does die, and the bottom lane looks like it's going to go back to being normal. They didn't really gain much ground off of that, but they did protect their lead up at the top. Wait, Peoples is going for this? Let's get this on camera. No? Peoples? Nope. Oh, is he? Is he? Is he? Really want to see that down there. And no, Peoples is not going to get it. Zound's being chased away, and they're not in a position to capture the top. Oh no, it's Pantheon! Run, Jax! Okay, he escaped. Now these fights that are being picked here, in this area of the map that I currently have the camera over, picking the fights here protects your windmill. Because if the fight isn't on the windmill, they can't just break off and capture it, and you're right in between it. This is another good location here to pick a fight at. on this screen, which is another optimal spot. If you pick a fight here, or if you pick a fight here, it blocks the entire approach to windmill. And they don't really get to play games with the tower or the minions. So it takes the tower out of the equation, and it takes the minions out of the equation, which means it's just straight up PvP, and you don't have these other tertiary variables getting involved. So it's a very good spot to stay out of vision at and sort of wait. Because it's a game of incomplete information. If you don't tell the enemy team where you are, that's good. Because the less they know, the better. Much like my opinion on people that do illegal things. The less I know, the better. Because I don't want to go to jail for your shenanigans. Gets a snare in. Zounds gets taken down. Pantheon by Peoples is able to put out a lot of hurt. Unfortunately, he gets stuck between a rock and the entire freaking enemy team. Zyra with some sick placement on her abilities there. Really softens up the whole team. Timbers gets dropped. Alaric Venture's taking the damage. They're still kind of grouped up. And that's how Zyra works, folks. What we saw in that fight, we saw everyone get together. Zyra put that damage on the whole team, and then throughout the fight, Zyra was still able to contribute AoEs because of how stacked up they were. So instead of doing that damage to one target, Zyra got to do that damage to all of the targets. And it defeated their ability to push up towards the windmill. If they were spread out more, things might have gone differently. Pantheon dropping in. Peoples comes into the fight. Picks up a quick kill against Annie there. Starts putting the hurt on Kuriyuki Hime. Duking it out with Rise. Rise is not stepping out of that attack range. Or trying to, unfortunately. Looks like he just screwed a little bit there, but staying in the AA range really hurt him. Oh, man. Gnar. Nice with the damage. Point is taken. They are going to get it back. The enemy team is going to be chased off. And they don't need to hold on to this. They already have 3 capture points. They can just feel free to give that one up and continue playing. Still having a good grasp over the top point. Ooh! The suppress is still active. He still has it. He's using it. Not quite enough damage. Very close, however. Top part of the map. Point neutral. No defender's advantage. But where Maokai goes, the damage soak is. And Peoples... Oh, no. Damn. Not quite. If that counterattack had landed, Peoples would have died. But, well, that happened. That was a tough fight there, but they had put a lot of their damage on Maokai, which means they had to wait a few seconds in order to be able to reattribute it to High Peoples once their stuff had gotten off of cooldown. High Peoples took advantage of that window to clean up the enemy team. Good timing for him. Pick up the health relic. They're in the vision. The enemy team knows where they are. How is this going to affect Alaric Ventress? He's going to head up straight to the top. Zyra on the point can waste time. She can waste enough time for Maokai to get there. Let's see how Alaric does it. Doing a little bit of pillar hopping here. Able to keep him away. Riken gets snared. Takes that Heartseeker strike. Vi does not connect with the fist dash. Thick Bounder. Tower damage not helping him out, and he gets taken down. Looks like Peoples is going to be defeated here, but they still have Zounds and Alaric Ventress up. And Alaric Ventress should be able to keep them off the tower pretty much indefinitely as long as he has mana. Does get picked off, trades for her, uses the passive to snipe on Rise, which stops the cap again. So Zyra, even in death, able to disrupt the cap. There you go. And Kuriyuki Hime does not have enough health to make a play for the top. Can't do so on his own. That fight, neither team clearly won or lost there, but the team that had the advantage was OG Squad, because they already had the point under their control. So, oh, if the fight ties, well, they still have the point. They don't need to win the fight to get to the point. They just have to not lose. Haku Bro, oh, that counterattack got popped really early. He does have it back up. Gnar hanging out in the back. Whoa, let's suppress. That was weird what just happened with Vi. And Riken versus the world. Jax is backing off from that because he realizes he can't do anything there. But he's revealing his position by trying to capture the Storm Shield. He knows the enemy team is behind him. The enemy team knows he's there. Are we going to see him and Pantheon fight? Dominionist is coming around. What's he going to do here? He's going to go for a Lark Ventress. He's going to pick up that KB. Or not quite. Guess he didn't quite have enough damage to bring it home. Dives through. Gets it then. 3v2. Dominionist low on health. Taking a look at his items. He doesn't really have any gaining the health back from anything. He doesn't have any lifesteal. He does have some pretty okay magic resistance, which will help him the longer the game goes on. The problem is that requires the game to go on longer. At the 13-minute mark, it does okay for him, but that would do way better at the 18-minute mark. But I don't know if they're going to get there to really make use of that. Especially not with this happening. This hurts them really bad. If they get this point back, and or by the time they get it back, they will have such a Nexus health deficit that I don't think they can win the game from this point. So they dedicate the manpower to get Sauron down. There's no recalls. No one's going to get that. They're going to get that point back, but that means they don't have people up here at the top in order to try and stop this push. They only have Thick Bonder. So this could have been a different situation if they didn't have to dedicate those forces to the bottom. Yes, they got the bottom point back, but they're going to lose the top. And that, I believe, is going to put OG Squad in a position to win the game. Let's see how it goes. 3 people down at the bottom. They have to push across the map to get to the windmill. They have Pantheon and Mao on their way up there. Mao can defend for bloody ages. They're going to make the push for bottom instead, it looks like. They're waiting, they're waiting. It looks like they're waiting for Annie. Good. They're out of vision, and they're waiting for Annie. Now they're heading in. They smell what the rock is cooking, and Maokai's coming down behind this. Pantheon's going to drop in. Oh, they get snared in the middle of the whole thing. Pantheon lands, puts on the hurt from the Grand Skyfall. Dominionist, man, your health is dangerously cheesy. He has to move away. And their offense down here is being dismantled. Sauron is going to be picked off by Tibbers. Can they even get Zounds down, though? Who has a revive? Does anyone have a revive? Yes. Maokai has a revive, and they're stacked. That means one sapling interrupts them both. Defender's advantage in favor of Maokai. They can't unseat him from that. They're going to have to back off. There's 2 neutral points, and that's going to be the game, folks. That revive from Zounds kept them in the game and enabled them to bring it home. If he did not have that revive, it would be a 2-1 cap in favor of it'd be a 2-1 cap in favor of Dominionist team, and the game would have gone on. But unfortunately, that revive is so powerful and enabled Zounds' Maokai to secure that victory for them. We're going to go on to the finals next, folks, of EVG Dominion Tournament number 3. It will be our last game of the night coming up after this. Take a look at our post-game lobby screen here. Blap. Blap. Ta-da. As there was a lot of good decision-making and clean execution from OG Squad that game. And the game didn't really go on long enough for Jax to really get things rolling. Yeah, he had some MR. He was getting into some items and stuff. But they really didn't get an opportunity to pay off for him in enough time. And Pantheon tends to have a better earlier game than a little bit of a later game. That really wasn't, I think, what contributed to it, though. Really, Maokai's presence in that game, Maokai-Zyra combo, those 2 plant champs are amazing on this map. And the amount of disruption and control that they brought to the table made it very difficult. Especially the amount of AoE that Zyra brought to the table made it really difficult for Dominionist team in that game. And OG Squad is going to go on to the finals. They did a great job. We're going to see that, though, in a different game coming real shortly. Shortly, quote-unquote.